When you have a child struggling with addiction, you have so many decisions that you have to make. But when all of your options feel shitty, then you end up feeling stuck. Well, I have a trick for that, and it will help you not get decision fatigue. I'm Heather, and I help mothers worry less and strengthen their connection with their child who's struggling with substances. Healing can start today. You do not have to wait for recovery. Follow me to learn more. My clients love this simple trick, but don't underestimate it because it's simple. And that is when you don't like your options, you need to like your reasons for the choice that you're making. Here's a story to illustrate my point. So when my daughter was struggling with substances, she moved out when she was 18, and of course she was struggling financially. And when she would ask me for money, I had a really hard time saying no because I didn't like either of my options. I didn't want to give her money because I knew that that money was helping her buy substances, and I didn't want to say no because it just felt so shitty to say no. Liking my reason for saying no was absolutely a game changer. The problem was that I felt the discomfort about saying no, and then I just stopped there. I never really moved past that. But once I was looking for a reason to really like saying no, that was when I was able to say no and feel completely different. So my daughter and I were in the car together, and she asked me for money. And this time, instead of getting angry at her for asking and making me feel uncomfortable, and instead of feeling guilty, I said no with love in my heart. And that felt so good. And then I explained to her why I was saying no. I said, I can't give you money because if I give you money and you go and buy drugs and you overdose and die, I will not be able to live with myself. And of course she said, but Mom, I'm going to use the money for groceries. And this is where I also avoided an argument. I didn't try to convince her that I was right or try to get her to admit that she was going to use the money to buy drugs. I just kept it about me. And I said, but I'll have no way of knowing that. If I were to give you money today and you were to overdose and die, I would have no idea which money was used for groceries and which money was used to buy drugs. And I said, I couldn't live with myself with that. And with that, the conversation was just over. It was the first time that I had ever set a boundary with my daughter and felt good about it because I felt love in my heart as I said no to her. So setting that boundary was easier for me because I liked my reasons. And you can do the same thing by writing down all the pros and cons for a decision that you're trying to make, and then figuring out which one you're leading toward. And creating that clarity for yourself is so important in this situation. You can even bring your values into it and the kind of person that you want to be in this really difficult situation, and then decide that you like your reasons and that you're going to have love in your heart when you share those reasons with your child.